Okay, there's something going on at Twitch. They unblocked Sneeko like last week. Now,
Fuck you.
this week, they unbanned Fresh and Fit.
What?
All right, can you move over a little bit?
Okay, moving over.
Fucking change,
You see out of that, you fucking sand nigga,
but it's okay.
white supremacist sand nigga.
Shut up. You're bro. You're the worst. The worst. You eat dogs and you kill people as a black guy. And an Asian.
Yeah, true.
Hold on, pause right quick. Pause right. This nigga right here is funny. He's funny. This nigga.
I don't condone this N-word.
Shut up, you Albanian fat. Keep running the clip, you train. Preach is crying right now, swinging from a monkey branch,
Bro.
eating a banana, playing some Donkey Kong on an N64 because he's a stupid prick. He's a window licking stupid nigga.
What?
What?
Fat ugly white!
Hey.
Oh, that nigga spin. I like that. I like that.
This video that
we
we
got these
responded
niggas
to?
running like it's an employment line.
What the f?
What? Don't do that. I will find you, you fucking stinky looking piece of shit. You go fucking fat right here.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And these are
Why?
like the two most openly anti-Semitic creators, maybe online.
That doesn't make any sense.
God. They're both like Holocaust denying anti-Semites. So they both getting unbanned while simultaneously like stuff like, you know, showing terrorist propaganda on Twitch is not being punished. What the fuck is going on there? I'm going to say it. I think Dan Clancy, the CEO, I think he hates Jewish people.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hassan Runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my God. I talked to a teenager from Yemen, okay, who everyone called, myself included, called Timothy Charlemagne or Chalamet.
Is that the One Piece one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him, which means that for most of his life, he has withstood genocide, right? Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically, okay? Being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time. That's all he's known. I don't understand why you wouldn't care if he's out there tweeting an image of a Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand why this problem can't be approached with nuance, because he is a teenager in Yemen, dude. These people have no material power. They cannot touch you. They cannot harm you. That's the point. Okay? There are real fucking Nazis in the United States of America. And also, what do you mean? It's just a person on a pike. There's no Jewish person on a pike on that photo unless I saw something different. Okay? This is why this entire conversation is fucking idiotic. It's not a Jewish person. He said, I think why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen's tweets? What is happening? How many steps removed are we from this situation? How is this the conversation that you want to have right now? I fucking despise all of you, dude.
Twitch continues to allow him to spread terrorist propaganda with impunity, without even seemingly a warning. Here he is showing...
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way, just so you know. These fucking musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna grab my food.
I'm so confused. What is
اسأل أصحاب الفخامة والمعالي واسألوا عن الحشود العسكري يوم سيطرنا على الخوبة بآلي ما نبالي بالهمر والمدفعية ما نبالي وجعلوها حرب كبرى عالمية حمي قلبي من جرم والأوالي والله إن عيشنا يحرم عليا.
This is a 3-minute video of... What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like bad example. Chris Brown dancing, you know.
No. They do like
What is
they do
this?
musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hassan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their fucking like their actions all the time, and they love walking over. They love walking over like the American flag and the Israeli flag side by side. They will always like march on it. I'm surprised.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing. And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
Unequivocal and unwavering in my commitment to Israel's defense and its ability to defend itself. And that's not going to change. But let's take a step back. October 7, 1,200 people were massacred. Many young people who were simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters. Far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. And we have got to get a deal done. We were in Doha. We have to get a deal done. This war must end. In the meantime, and we must get a deal that is about getting the hostages out. I've met with the families of the American hostages. Let's get the hostages out. Let's get the ceasefire done.
But no change in policy in terms of arms and so forth.
No, we have to get a deal done. Dana, we have to get a deal done. When you look at the significance of this to the families, to the people who are living in that region, a deal is not only the right thing to do to end this war, but will unlock so much of what must happen next. I remain committed since I've been on October 8 to what we must do to work toward a two-state solution, where Israel is secure and in equal measure, the Palestinians have security and self-determination and dignity.
Governor Walz.
And you know what else is disgusting? That people in the West that enjoy more privileges and freedom than anywhere else in the world romanticize their behavior or their lifestyle as anything other than barbaric.
This is what people think you say about Israel. I know. I know. The most animalistic, barbaric force on the fucking planet as it stands.
Look at me. Look at how proper I am. Yes, I put a suit on so you don't think I'm an animal. But I am. I am a barbaric piece of shit.
That was already expected barbaric behavior from Israel. Regardless, it is brutal. It is barbaric. Certainly, even people in the Western world feel against this barbaric monstrosity of a fucking apartheid regime.
I never really thought that they would be this barbaric. What a fucking barbaric and completely and utterly psychotic thing to do.
They wear suits to present themselves as anything but barbaric.
That is the animalistic, barbaric structure. And act like they are the civilized party here.
There's nothing civilized about Israel's actions. It is barbaric. At the barbaric nature of the Israeli apartheid regime, North Korea says Israel's a murderous, bandit, genocidal, and barbaric state. 700,000 likes.
And if you look on the Twitch page, we can directly see the hidden replies that these are replies hidden by Twitch. So this is someone who runs the Twitter page for Twitch. They are actively hiding complaints in regards to the Hamas support, supporting terrorism, sympathizing with terrorists like your friend Hassan, for example, like it seems like Twitch is censoring a certain side with them wanting in regards to political extremism. And I think it's very extremist to support Hamas and Houthis and support a side where if you want to have political online dialogue, just make sure you be consistent with your bans, because I think Asmongold made a really good point in regards to Sharia law and how the biggest issue was the inferiority and superiority conflict, because like when you get into that, it's pretty sensitive, and he's just very pro-Western with our laws, the fact that we're able to actually even talk about this, which is good. But Asmongold made a lot of good points. Palestine has a lot of issues, and Israel also has a lot of issues. If you look back in the past, like from the 1974 war, and a bunch of nuance in regards to land conflict, I think Israel has the right to defend itself. And if you look back in negotiations, Israel has, like in 2010 and stuff, there's supposed to be some deals, and Palestine hasn't really helped in regard to conflict resolution with Israel. Israel isn't totally in the green either. They've done a lot of bad things as well. I'm just saying it's not totally grass is green or whatever. It's not totally fair. Like, there's issues on both sides, but I think Israel's more in the right, other than killing a bunch of people, which obviously we don't want. But you have to realize that Hamas uses these civilian buildings, they use the civilians of Gaza as like a shield, and it caused a lot of casualties, and they're the one who initiated the October 7th attack, and I'm sure you guys are already dug in your own heels in regards to your opinions, but I don't think you should censor a side where you make active points in regards to sympathizing with terrorist ideology, which Twitch has, and censoring the side that criticizes it, which I don't think is very fair. So, shout out to Twitch. I think even back then in 2012, you deleted like all the old VODs of streamers, which was very controversial at the time. It was like 2011, 2012 when they switched ownership. I think that's with the Justin TV stuff. But yeah, like, there's just a lot of bias, and Twitch has really sucked ass. And honestly, in the near distant future, I wouldn't be surprised if the free Amazon Prime subscriptions disappeared. It's a lot of money that Amazon is losing out on to streamers, but I mean, it helps them with their platform and with Amazon as a business with Jeff Bezos and etc. But I don't see them having free Amazon Prime forever. There's obviously going to be a declining point. I think that with the current state of Twitch, with its administration and how they're probably going to do things in the future, it's not looking bright for Twitch. But yeah, I just wanted to compile something showing favoritism and nepotism in Twitch, and maybe you guys will have your own version on how you view this. I think Asmongold is in his right to think that way. I think it's fair to be pro-America online. If you think Asmongold deserves to be banned for saying those things, I think that's fair, but then the same should apply for Hassan, which obviously they don't do, which is a bias, which they need to fix. I'd say don't ban it, or if you do, ban all. Or like, the way that you want to portray yourself, you need to be consistent on. That's always been an issue with Twitch, consistency. I think it's really sad to see the state that has come with online dialogue in regards to politics. I think that Israel has the right to defend itself from terrorist organizations such as Hamas, and defend its territory, and the online dialogue is very toxic when it comes to discussions like this, because for example, there was as of now, 42,000 Palestinians and 1,700 Israelis that have been reported killed in the Israel and Hamas war. A lot of them are children. I think over 20,000 on the Palestinian side were children. But the Palestinian government basically decayed, and the Palestinian people anointed a terrorist organization. They basically anointed it as their governing body. So you kind of reap what you sow, because that's typically a tail sign of like a society crumbling, and the government having failure. And so it was bound to fail and collapse eventually. I find that the balance of what you can say on Twitch being very biased to a certain viewpoint, which is very limiting. I think there should be an open dialogue for a bunch of people, and I don't think Asmongold's rhetoric in regards to the Israel-Palestine was totally wrong. He has his viewpoint about the world where he sees his own society and culture being superior in regards to another societies, where he makes a lot of valid points in regards to women's rights and how their laws still work, where based on your belief system with like Islamic nations, that you have a proclivity, you have like this ideology in your religion where you will attack someone else, whether it be for like if they are gay, or like in regards to restrictions on what you can do, which every culture has different, you know, they just have different, they have different culture values. And I think if you look at the facts in regards to what Asmongold is saying, there is a lot of validity to his viewpoint. I think it's fair to have criticism of Israel killing about like 40,000 people or more in Gaza. But if you look at the past history, you know, with the 1974 war and how negotiations have been, I think Israel has made a lot of attempts towards trying to make peace and resolving conflict. But the Palestinian government was basically in shambles, and the Palestinian people anointed a terrorist organization as their governing body, and that was a big mistake. That's like typically when countries collapse, when like, you know, corruption like that gets in. And I think in the past there has been a lot of issues, and Israel isn't totally free of guilt. I'm just saying that Israel has the right to defend itself, and Asmongold made a lot of good points. I just don't think he should have went on the inferior and superior tirade. When you get into stuff like that, superiority, you know, in regards to that, it gets kind of very dicey and sensitive. But I think with what Hassan has shown on his channel, shows a clear bias on what you can talk about politically on their platform. And there's no consistency. That's a big issue. Twitch has really gone downhill. I mean, Twitch has always been downhill, but to show this blatant disregard and this nepotism within the higher ups on like what you can and can't say is really bad, because you'll create this echo chamber of hatred towards Israel, and it makes it seem like you guys don't want Israel to have its own territory. I think you want Palestine to take over Israel. And they've had a lot of fights in the past too in regards to their territory and the displacements, and there's a bunch of fucking nuance. But the fact that they don't ban Hassan for these extremely wild takes that are not very appropriate, and I don't think a lot of advertisers would be in favor of what he is purporting when ads go on Twitch. Maybe they are in favor. I think it's okay to condemn Hamas. Why is this even? This feels like a cold take, but it's hot online. There's a lot of hatred and vitriol towards Israel that isn't mostly justified.